What's going on, guys? SMIV here for Utilita Football. Hope you're doing all well. It's a new little series today that we're going to do. We're going to go around chatting to footballers, actual professional footballers, right? And we're going to talk to them about their ultimate five-a-side team, players they've played with and against over the years. First up today is Southampton. Obviously, Utilita Energy are a partner of the Saints. And we're going to chat to, well, starting with Theo Walcott. Should we go? Let's go. Theo, thank you so much for joining us today. It's much appreciated. Obviously, you're back at the Saints now, where you started your career. How does it feel to be back at the club?
Yeah, guys have been great. Settled in really well. It's a club that I'm very familiar with. It's changed a lot, but it's a club that's always been close to my heart. But yeah, it's like I said, I've settled in really well. The coaching staff, everyone there, the players have been brilliant for me.
That's good to hear. What would you say is the biggest change you've seen at the club since obviously being there originally to what it is now?
Well, Fraser's got a lot more grey, that's for sure. Obviously the facilities have changed massively. The great thing, which I really like, is the academy side of it's stayed very similar. I've managed to see a lot of the academy players already come up to the first team. And it's nice to see that nothing's changed there. The quality's like it was when I sort of left. So, yeah, it's nice to see. Like I say, the club's in a transition stage of where they want to be. And I feel like, obviously, this season's a very strange one for a lot of clubs. But I feel like Southampton have got a good, solid sort of unit there that work really hard together. And they've got a good trust in the whole group, which is really important going forward. And there's plenty of positive energy around. And, obviously, it's always good to be around positive people.
No, that's good, mate. I'm sure all Saints fans are happy to see you back around the club. But obviously, we're here today for your Energy High Five-a-side team. So let's do it. Let's hear it.
Yep. Okay. So I've gone for in goal. I've got Joe Hart. Gone for Joe Hart. I've gone for players I've played with, just to be something slightly different. So yeah, Joe Hart in goal. I just feel like he could probably take a penalty as well if needed. And he's a great shot stopper. Obviously, Fraser's been up close with him as well, so that's great. I've gone for John Terry, centre-back. I feel like he's a leader on the field, captain for England. He's both-footed as well, and he knows where the ball is. For corners and stuff, he can put it in the net. I've gone for Santi Cazorla. Again, technically one of the best players I've probably ever played with, both-footed. And I always remember when he was at Arsenal, when he was told to take a corner with his left foot, and it's like no problem. He already sort of set to take it with his right. It's on the left. He set over his left, so he's that naturally gifted. And then I've gone for Wayne Rooney. I feel like you probably need someone like that next to Santi to to make the tackles. Again, his name says it all. What he's done in his career up to now. And then up front, I've gone for Robin van Persie. Probably one of the best strikers I've ever played with. I managed to play with a lot of fantastic players, but Robin was probably where I played my best football. He was chasing with the golden boot pretty much every season as well. So, at times he could be a bit selfish, but I didn't mind that as long as he put it in the back of the net. I didn't mind. I wasn't bothered by that. But yeah, he's just so talented. His left foot, you always knew he was going to get on his left foot, but you just didn't know when, and he would just make finishing look so easy. I always used to think Thierry was one of the best, but when I played with Robin, I think he stood out for me.
Yeah, good team, mate. Decent team. There's one final piece of the puzzle which I didn't think of at the start, but let's do it anyway. Manager, who would you have managing this team?
Yeah, I feel like I would like to manage my team, but if it's not me, I would probably go for. So is this managers I've played with as well? Then I'll go for Harry Redknapp. I feel like my team may want to have a few drinks after they've won, so I feel like he'd be able to deal with that.
Right, next up, we've got former England international goalkeeper Fraser Forster. Fraser, first up, what do you think of Theo's comment about your grey hair?
I can't even deflect because it is getting greyer by the day, I think. He's just trying to deflect from the gear that he wore to training the last couple of days. He's had a right effort the last few days. Just trying to put it on me now.
Listen, Fraser, fashion is, not my thing, but I am rocking the grey hair. Don't feel bad. But anyway, obviously you are a goalkeeper. It's a very lonely position. Have you got any advice for any aspiring goalkeepers?
I don't know. I think you've just got to have fun. I think it's such a hard position when you're young. I think you've just got to have fun, and you're going to make mistakes, concede goals, but just don't beat yourself up and just keep enjoying it. I think it's such a tough position where I think a lot of kids get disheartened by goals going in or, making mistakes, whatever it is. So I think you've just got to enjoy it, have fun. There'll be good days, bad days. Just keep working hard, and you'll improve and get better and better. And it's just that hard work as well.
So obviously you've had a fairly decent start to the season. What's the target? Has the gaffer set any sort of targets, or is it more of a game by game thing?
No, he's not set a target as much. I think obviously finished last season very strongly, so just wanted to kind of keep that going. It was obviously just a short break between the two seasons, and as Theo kind of touched on, it's going to be a very different season for a lot of teams, and you see a lot of teams beating each other that might not normally happen. And so I think it's just kind of take it week by week, and just try and win the next game in front of you, and see where it takes you. But we've had some fantastic results. If we keep playing the way we have, there's no reason why we can't have a very good season, and we'll see where we finish in the end. But I think if we keep doing the things we've done so far over the 38 games, we'll be in a very good place.
Brilliant. Obviously, we want to hear your five-side team, so let's get cracking. But are you going to be including yourself in there?
Nah, I think for obvious reasons, I've not made the squad. So Theo obviously went players he had just played with. I've kind of gone for a little mixture of players I played with and against. So in goal was Manuel Neuer, obviously very good in goal, but also likes to kind of flirt around midfield. So a bit of a utility man, can get up the pitch when needed. Virgil van Dijk at centre half. Everyone knows what he's about. Strong defender. He can just defend on his own, let the rest of the lads go forward. Frank Lampard, I'll put, because just brings great energy. Just kind of like a born winner. He'll run for however the five-side game's going to last. Also, good leader on the pitch. Then I've got Messi and Neymar as my two front men. Bring a bit of flair and ridiculous quality.
So obviously when you played against Barcelona that season, we'll remember it. Did you go into those games having any sort of fear, or did you spin that and use it with skill to sort of spur you on, if it were?
Yeah, I think you just enjoyed the challenge. I think there's no fear, you've got nothing to lose. Obviously they were a fantastic Barca team at the time, and had so many great players in that team. It's just embracing the challenge. I mean, they're the games you dream of playing in as a kid, and you've just got to go out and enjoy them. If you can't enjoy that game and enjoy that test, then you're playing the wrong sport, really. So there was no fear. It was just go out and enjoy it and hope you save some shots.
Well, I'm pretty sure you did. But one last thing that we want to find out for this team is a manager. Is anyone that you played with or under over the years where you think would fit in nicely to sort of lead this team?
For me, probably Ronald Koeman. He's probably been the best one I've kind of worked with. Another just a born winner. Kind of, you've seen what he did as a player, what he's done as a manager. Obviously, back at Barcelona now. Thought he was a brilliant manager and just demanded such high standards, and you were just forced to kind of deliver that. And obviously, he did fantastically well when he was at Southampton as well. So he would be my manager.
All right, up next we've got Mohamed Salisu. Mohammed, thank you so much for joining us. Much appreciated. How are you settling in at life at the Saints?
Yeah, I'm getting used to it. It's so different weather from where I played before, so it's a little bit difficult. But I'm getting used to it.
You know what? I'm glad you actually brought up the weather. We love talking about the weather over here. How are you finding the wind and the rain down there on the south coast?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's very difficult. Sometimes where I play in Spain is not like this, so I find it difficult sometimes. But I hope I'll get used to it soon.
Yeah, cool. And how you settling in with your teammates? Is there any sort of jokers in the team that we should be made aware of?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, Musa. Yeah, I think is very funny, Musa. And he always joke around, with the players. Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, mate. Let's hear your energy high five-a-side team. Come on.
Yeah, for goalkeeper, I'll go for Oblak. Yeah, I think he's a very good goalkeeper, and he has a good record in saves, and he has a good timing, and he's very calm in building up with the ball. Yeah, I think I'll go for Oblak. Yeah, and then in defender I have Sergio Ramos. Yeah, I think he's a very tough guy, and he has a strong mentality and fantastic in the air, and I think his strength and schedule ability just too much. I think I will have him in my team. Yeah. And in midfield, I'll go for Modrić. Yeah, I think he has a unique ball control, and I think his ability is very good, and he's always play quick under pressure. Yeah. And in forward, I will have Messi and Benzema. I think I play against Messi, so I think he is a very good player, and he's very fast with on the ball, and it's difficult to take the ball away from him. Yeah, he's a good player, like everyone knows. And then Karim, I think his shoot accuracy is what I admire most of him, and his strength when even he has the ball is incredible. Yeah, I think I will have him in forward with Messi.
Mate, it's a decent team. It's a little bit of a mix of El Clasico in there, isn't it? But obviously your time in Spain, what would you say stood out as the best stadium, the best atmosphere that you played in?
I think against Madrid at Bernabeu. I think that was my second game. I think the atmosphere was, is a lot of people. They have a big, stadium. So.
Cool. And just finally, obviously Fraser and Theo, they both named a manager that want to lead their team to glory. How about yourself, mate? Who are you having as a manager?
For the manager, I can choose. I think I'll go for Guardiola. Yeah, I think I'll go for Guardiola.
Okay, guys, and finally we've got Jan Bednarek. He's been waiting patiently. Jan, thank you so much for hanging around.
No worries.
Jan, before we get into your team, I just want to know, obviously being an international footballer for Poland, what is your proudest moment in a Polish shirt?
I think that was the moment when I scored the winner the World Cup against Japan. I think that was like the nicest moment maybe in my national team career, because maybe as a team we haven't succeeded as a team in the group, but it was a great moment for me and my parents, my family to see that I'm scoring on the World Cup. I think as a kid it's everyone's dream to go for a World Cup for your national team, and then to represent the country as good as you can. So I think that was my best moment so far.
All right, cool. Obviously, sticking with Poland for a second, we can't mention Poland and not talk about, obviously, Robert Lewandowski. Striker, is he in the top 3 for you in the world? It's got to be, isn't he?
Oh, definitely. I think when you see him in the training, you know why it happens. You know why he scores so many goals, and you know why he's so good. I think he's kind of the guy who's the most professional in the team, who works the hardest, and who comes to the training ground first and leaves the last. So I think everyone in the national team admires him and really trying to learn from him, because he's the guy who I think is not only great goal scorer, but also he really works hard for the team during the game. He gives his best, and I think that's why he's the one of the best strikers in the world.
All right, well, I'm half expecting Lewandowski to feature in your team, but if you want to take it away, mate, start with the goalkeeper.
Started from the bottom, so I picked as my goalie, I picked Szczęsny, the keeper from Juve. I think he's great on the line, and also I think he's got some qualities with the feet. I think he really improved that aspect in Italy when he started to play for Rome. And I think when he comes for the national team, I think we really feel confident playing from the back because he can really play some good balls diagonally or between the lines. So I think that's good to have him at the back. Then I'm gonna go same as Fraser, so I'll pick Virgil. I think he's very strong player, very vocal, and I think it would really help to be a really good five-a-side team. And then in the midfield, I will go for a little bit of power and a kind of box-to-box player. So I would pick Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, who used to play for us last season. And then with him in the midfield, I would pick Dusan Tadic. I think he's got amazing skills, who can dribble, who can play in the last pass. So yeah, that would be nice to have him in the midfield to serve little balls for Lewandowski, who obviously will be my front guy. He can score so many goals. He's the kind of the killer in front. So that's my clear choice.
All right, cool. And obviously we're talking managers now. Would you put yourself in the frame for the job?
Yeah, I'll take responsibility. I would like to manage this team. I'm pretty sure we would succeed. So yeah, I would feel confident with that.
Yeah, and if you think you can lead those group of players, then fair play, mate. Lads and ladies, that is it for this one. Let us know in the comments below who you thought had the best team, and don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the Utilita Football channel, and we will see you in the next one.